Welcome to today's video, PlusToken. Why did this cause a dump? Let's find out. So welcome everyone, please hit that subscribe button if you can, like, comment, all you guys are awesome. I love you all, it is brilliant. Now, ta-da, on the screen we have the chart. If you're wondering what the little tools are, it's called the Hitman Indicator, second link in the line. Free to try if you want to catch momentum. It is a great money making tool, just going to say that. Now, PlusToken, I want to go back in time. I spoke about this absolutely decades, well not decades ago, but ages ago, about a Ponzi scheme that was out there. We're going to talk about it and why this is not manipulation. People are going, manipulation! It's not. Manipulation is a bit different. I'll explain that in a bit. So, let's figure out what this is first. So PlusToken, it was a very obvious Ponzi scheme, okay? So essentially, it was a cryptocurrency Ponzi scheme disguised, as a high investment. Basically, you put money in and it would give you so much percent over the course of every single day, over the month, over the year. And there were all these Ponzi pimps were like, oh, you're going to make so much money, earning 9 to 18% per month, okay? You had other ones as well. You had CloudToken, which is also out. BitConnect, obviously, USI Tech, BitClub, OneCoin. There's freaking loads of them. So all of these are kind of the bad apples of cryptocurrency, okay? And it happens in all this. So this is on Box Mining's channel, his website even. Good information, a lot of good bits and bobs. Now, problems are, in June, these were all arrested and all kinds of stuff, but the tokens have been subsequently dumped as well. So they are on the market now, been absolutely smashed into the problems. So this is what leads me to this, okay? So hello, Crypto Potato. The reason why Bitcoin crashed $500 plus token scam moved another 13,000 Bitcoins worth 118 million. So this has created a bit of a ripple effect with market structure. Now, let's talk about manipulation a little bit more. Manipulation is where it's like a stop hunt or whatever, where you're looking for orders. Now, this isn't quite manipulation. This is an actual dump, okay? This is different, where it's like a lot of people dump, cool. Manipulation goes two ways, right? You'll have different market makers looking for orders to execute and to try and liquidate people. It happens all the time. You know when you see a massive death wick? That is manipulation. That is different. This was an actual clear body. This was fine. Clear body, but you could argue the tactics are a little bit sneaky because on a weekend, most traders in cryptocurrency, believe it or not, are from the world of Forex and the stock market and other kind of traditional markets. They shut on weekends. A lot of those people still don't trade cryptocurrencies on a weekend because it's against the norm. It's not in their routine. So, when you've got less orders in and around market structure, i.e. buy orders as supports, and you then decide, well, you know what, on a weekend, we're going to dump this shit. Boom. That's what problems are. So, yes, you could argue a little bit of foul play in terms of when they do these sort of things and dump them on weekends, but also it isn't manipulation. Manipulation candles are incredibly obvious, and I want to show you one in a second. Anyways, so this $13,000, 13,000 Bitcoin onto the market now, scam money back into the market, which is crazy to think that it actually happened. Now, I thought this would never have made it back, and it's only 13,000, which you got to think, and how much a market structure can get absolutely obliterated by that, which gives you an indication of why people were probably not that bullish at the minute, which is scary. And I was talking, if you go on my Twitter, if you want to follow me on Twitter, link below, I said that a few days ago, everyone's bullish, we're going to dump soon, and we absolutely cataclysmically dropped our pants basically. So that's one reason. And again, here's another article here. Bitcoin drop due to the 13k BTC PlusToken scam, not coronavirus. So this is kind of just came out, this article. Obviously you'll be watching this later on, but this is kind of the timeline of events of how it's kind of happened. And you know, slamming the order with sell orders, that's all it is. And it is such a cheeky way of doing it, but it isn't a manipulated spike. A manipulated spike is the worst thing you can ever experience because it really fucking annoys you, because the price itself doesn't move. It just wicks up and down, catches everyone out, and it just stays the same. It's like, you bastard. Whereas this is just dump the market. And unfortunately for me, I've missed all opportunities this weekend, which sucks. So we'll do some TA analysis, see where we're going, okay? So as you stand here, this is the daily time frame. Right off this pivot point, a perfect dumping point as well, because that is where people are getting bullish. It's looking for a potential breakout, and you can use those levels of resistance to put a fucking ton of orders. You can just go, bang, and it slammed it completely. And when you're looking at manipulated wicks, now let's look. That is one very big wick. Look at it, right, on the one candle. So when you're looking at manipulation, you got a mixture of taking profits there and people flooding the market with orders to try and catch people out, okay, to stop them. And again, you can see where it closed, totally different. Look at some of these wicks and tails, and one actually on a Australian dollar, US dollar candle this morning. Fuck off, bye. So they're more manipulation, okay? Whereas when you look at this, and you compare it to this, look at my drawings, obviously market structure is key here, by the way. We wicked all the way down to 7685. You could probably argue the 77 psychological level of Bitcoin. And guess what? It's a weekly support level. So that is key to zipped right back off it. These are potential target zones where these pivots where we've wicked through that one. These are Fibonacci zones. If you're wondering, if you want to know more about technicals, get in the freebie sort of stuff there. Below in the link in premium. So anyways, when you look at this, you think, right, where we're going to go next? Well, I'm thinking we're going to go down here anyways. I think 7,000 is probably a logical area, but we could go even lower than that, unfortunately. If you are bullish, sorry, I've just pissed on your chips. Again, Hitman showing exactly what to do. It's brilliant, but fundamentals are key. Halving's coming up soon. What the fuck is going to happen before halving? Well, people will want to buy it low. Simple as that. People are not going to hype it up just beforehand. They're going to wait to try and get as much as they can. This could be a catalyst to try and get it as low as we possibly can to then ride the wave right back up with the hype and the publicity. However, we've got coronavirus to fucking contend with. And as you've seen probably with oil this morning, it's down 22%. The Dow Jones is down 1,300 points, which is a fucking lot. So there's issues in the market. So don't expect a rosy just return up to the highs of 10k again. Trust me. Too many people are bullish. It's doing my tits in. And market structure has been absolutely phenomenal on Bitcoin and Ethereum the last few weeks. It's been fucking to the T. Perfect, right? And even when you look at where this dump is, look at it. It's perfect in terms of a pivot point. Pivot point is a key technical analysis tool that you should definitely leverage. And the way it zipped all the way down, found the daily level, zipped back up to a 4-hour point, which is previous areas which was already on the charts, boom, and then back down. It's fucking to the T. You can read it like a fucking book, I'm afraid. Which is a problem, like most people don't know how to read it. Now, when you look at this and look at certain levels, you can see exactly on the 4-hour time frame where it actually obviously rejected 1, 2, 3, 4 rejections, bang, slam, okay? Now, that is all coinciding with the fact that there'd be a massive ton of sell orders up here and it would have soaked it a few times and then it would have soaked it enough to drop it. And all those orders would have been absolutely obliterated in one swoop, as you can fucking see. Now again, we found the daily support here. I put on trading view with potential long area from here. Before that, we didn't have any data that this was a massive market dump due to the fact of manipulation of the token sellers on a weekend to do that. And obviously all it is overpowering of this buying orders and support, and it's just dropped it. Simple as that. We dropped daily support, broke, now into the 4-hour support. 4-hour support obviously broke because it's weaker, and we went into this little zone region. This is a magnetic zone from a previous push. This was a push. If you look left, there's also previous turning points where it dropped and also zipped off again. So it's kind of a key little zone, that one, in terms of a magnetization. The key level at 8.5, and we went into and literally went back in, retested the weekly support there, which is another key weekly psychological level, 8.4, sorry, and then we zipped back down even more, all the way down into the daily support, wicked back up to the 4-hour support, retest, and another dump. So it's reading it like a freaking book. It is, and these are lines that have been on my chart for a few days now, and I've just been plotting them. And over the weekend I've been busy. I've been birthdays and all kinds of shit like that. Not my birthday, but other people's birthdays and all kinds of that family bollocks. You know, you got a family you got to live with as well. Yeah, so all that kind of happened, but really irritating. But there you go. Today's video is done pretty much. So, you know, be careful of. Just learn, right? People say that a lot of technical analysis, I'll be honest, is absolute nonsense, right? Fuck off. Most of the indicators are all shit. If you can read market structure and you can understand what support and resistance is and where magnetization zones are and certain levels of a market in terms of weekly, daily, and 4-hour structure, or if you're going even further and look at the monthly, for example, it's key, right? And it's no coincidence that we zipped right off this weekly level. Okay, that's a weekly key level. And again, you got a pivot point right around it, and that is a Fibonacci zone of an absolute importance. So when you looked at the TA and you looked at the start of the week and you looked at a possible dump zone, it was there. It was literally like, if we're going to go and dump, we're going to go there, and it did to an absolute T. So there you go. If you want to learn more about cryptocurrency in terms of all kinds of good stuff like that, yeah, check out my links below. I will teach you how to do it properly.